Good morning. So I owe you guys an apology, a big apology. I did this big intro yesterday about Cycle Showcase 2024 outside Cycle Showcase, and I never brought you inside and showed you the motorcycles. I'm an ass. I'm sorry. Go ahead, you got work to do.
Let's see, I can get the lights on for you in a minute.
No, we're good.
A lot better.
Anyway, I thought before everybody was here and it was hard getting through and seeing all the bikes, I would give you guys the inside scoop on Cycle Showcase. Again, I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you yesterday. There were just so many people here and so much traffic. It just wouldn't have done it justice. However, I will tell you, oh, here's Chris.
You telling everybody how you screwed him over yesterday?
I did. I totally screwed you guys. I'm an ass.
She said that we got in the truck this morning. She went, I
never showed bikes. But it was just that good. And I feel like I spent all day here yesterday. And I still don't feel like I got to look over every bike as much as I wanted to. So, while nobody's here, let's give you a personal sneak peek. I'm going to apologize in advance if you are commenting on social media. I cannot see your comments, so just know that you guys are awesome. I will try. If you have questions, I will answer them later. The show is open 11 to 4 today. If you can get to St. Louis, if you're near St. Louis, hop in your car now, get here while it's open. Again, 11 to 4 today. Let's look at some motorcycles. So you'll see all the bikes that are on the perimeter actually belong to the venue. They are part of the Moto Museum, which is here. This is its residence, which is super cool. And I don't know if you guys heard me talking to Randy yesterday about how this place started. You can actually rent this venue and have weddings here and host your own events. And all the motorcycles, again, on the perimeter live here. But everything in the center and that's lit is part of Cycle Showcase 2024, and you will see an eclectic array of motorcycles. How many people can say they have a tuk-tuk? I would like a tuk-tuk. If anybody has a line on a tuk-tuk, please let me know. I could use it at Smokeout. So it's super cool. We've got, again, every configuration that you could imagine, even some that you can't imagine, are here on display. You're going to see several of these bikes in full interviews on Grease and Gears TV, like this Bali Bike by Lenny out of New York. This is a 3.5-year project that he sent parts all over the world to be painted and engraved, and definitely a passion project for sure. Lenny actually is an artist in his own right, as he's a sculptor. Look at this engraving, and all this engraving was done in Indonesia, so he sent these parts back and forth over a long period of time. The paint was done by Soul Art in Italy, which, if you pay attention to Soul Art design, you can tell that this is his work. He's got a very signature style and design, which is just unbelievable. I'm personally a big fan. You can see Chris doing some flyovers here for bikes that we're going to be interviewing. Ooh, and let there be light. I'm not going to take you around every bike because it would take all day. It wouldn't be fair. Yeah, you need to come see it for yourself. Cycle Showcase 2024 at the Moto Museum in St. Louis. Okay, check this out. Ready? What's different? Yeah, that's a knucklehead. Just saying. There's Big Randy. He is the mastermind behind this incredible display of motorcycles. This Shovelhead is by Carl Presser, Walking Tall Cycles. What an amazing job he did on this bike. Carl is a friend of ours, and he's been crafting motorcycles for quite a long time now, but this one for me, I think this might be one of my personal favorite of Carl's. Like, I would ride that motorcycle. I'd ride that. I think somebody said we wanted to make a t-shirt out of that. I'd ride that. Gusher cycles in the house. How many of you can say that you've ever seen a Bomberland? 1927 Bomberland. This actually belongs to the Moto Museum and lives in residency here. They allowed Randy to let that be part of the cycle showcase this year. I really dig this Panhead. Of course, it's a 49. We seem to have an affinity for 49 Panheads in our family. Kim's Motorcycle Parts and Machine made this bike. I love that. This is Cycle Boys in the house. I got to talk to Brent Law yesterday about this bike. He is from Manitoba, Canada, and he brought 2 bikes down. I asked him how it was to have a bike shop in Manitoba, Canada, and in his words, it's dumb. Our own Missy Shoemaker has a gallery display. I think this might be her first gallery showing. I'm super excited for her and proud to have her here. But she's got some great prints. That's her color segment, and she's got a black and white section, and she just did a great job. You can check her out at Biker Photog on Instagram. This is one of my favorites, actually. Actually, she's got a couple here. These are some of my favorites. I don't know if you can see them with my reflection. I think I'm just personally a fan of black and white photography in general. So please check her out at bikerphotog.com. Cabana Dan with one of his impeccable restorations of a 1914. Like I said, there's a little bit of everything. With Mako. And I have to tell you that there's bikes from all over the United States, Canada, and Japan. If you paid attention to anything in Sturgis there, then you saw these 2 motorcycles from Suicide Customs out of Japan. Incredible. Look at this rotor. And I think, again, if you pay attention, you saw me talk about this in Sturgis. Co is incredible, and he actually came back to the States for this show, which is huge. But make sure you check him out at Suicide Customs. He and his wife are here, and just sweetheart of people, and the craftsmanship he exhibits with these 2 bikes is just out of this world. He did everything himself, all the machine work, and if you'll notice, there's no paint. We've got both of these slated for features in Cycle Source. We've got Brock Bridges in the house. Lone Star Choppers. Larry. So he actually had Randy's lettering girl do these flames by hand yesterday with a Sharpie while the show was going on. What a great Norton. Look at that. 1968, 1974, Norton out of Kansas City. We got Detroit Randy in the house with his electric, yes, I said electric Indian. If you don't know Detroit Randy, you've got to check him out. He does that damn motorcycle show, the Detroit Antique Motorcycle Show, that he's actually started bringing around. He's going to be doing a show in Daytona this year. So I just have to tell you, Chris, do you have anything to say?
Yes.
Oh,
Did you talk
yeah.
about
No,
this?
I haven't yet. I just got here. I was just coming over here. Chris is gonna fangirl for a minute.
I have to. Anybody that knows like how much I dig music, I dig it as much as I love motorcycles. And last night we had the pleasure of interviewing Chuck, whose motorcycle I'm sitting in front of. And mutual friends had told me, hey, you got to meet our buddy Chuck. He's a bass player for Alice Cooper. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. You know, I know some musicians and I'm pretty lucky in that regard. Sit down and start interviewing Chuck, and you know, we finally talk all the stuff about the motorcycles and get around to the fact that, hey, how long you been the bass player for Alice Cooper? And he said 22 years and pretty cool and everything. He said, but I started playing bass with Ronnie James Dio, at which point I threw my headset on the ground and was just like, how do you not lead with this? This is quite possibly the godfather of heavy metal music. I mean, one, if not the person responsible for heavy metal.
I think you might have kissed his ring.
It was pretty badass. So, you know, Chuck is feverishly intent on going down the destruction road of motorcycle customizing, and we're glad to have him in it. But
I think the
what a cool
greatest thing
story.
for me, like, I'm not as much of a music aficionado as you are, but to see his pure excitement
he digs it, man.
for
So-
getting into this art form.
And if Heather didn't tell you, so we have that whole interview and interviews with all of these guys coming out in an episode of Greasing Gears TV. It's part of the benefit of what we're doing with Greasing Gears TV. We get to tell stories again. You know, it's not like, hey, this is Chuck. He plays bass with Alice Cooper. Like, we get to talk to Chuck. That's cool. We get to tell stories. So.
Sweet, I'm gonna show him some more motorcycles.
Really?
Are you done?
No, hell no. You see
I
all
meant,
these
are
bikes?
you done talking?
Look, I found my coffee cup.
Is that really weird? Oh, good lord. It's amazing people invite us back. So, all right. Let's go. I'm going to take you with me to the other room because there's more rooms. There's more rooms. That's just one room at Cycle Showcase at the Moto Museum 2024. It's been a great show. This is worth a trip from wherever you are. This show, it's the perfect time of year. It gets us connected back with our Moto family a whole month before Daytona, which is awesome. So it makes our winters a little bit shorter, and lost my train of thought. We're gonna go to there, but oh yeah, it makes winter shorter. So I get to see our Moto family sooner. We get to see incredible motorcycles, and I always love seeing what Randy's got going on because, you know, there's one other show that I can think of that people will specifically build a motorcycle when they get that invitation. And I feel like this is gonna become that for a whole lot of people. When Randy calls, people are gonna be like, okay, what can I build that's going to make its statement at Cycle Showcase? And it's so great to see more and more people doing that, or bringing, you know, things that you may not have seen before. I'm gonna flip the camera and show you one of my favorite bikes in the display. It's called the Elvis bike, and you're gonna see exactly why here. Check this out. This bike is out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. How could you not call this Elvis? It's a 1949 Panhead. It's got bling galore, chrome engraving. Lights, you name it. It's on this bike. It's very, very Elvis. I love the tank. I really kind of like the gold seat. I like it all. How can you not love that motorcycle? It's loud, it's tacky, it's awesome. Oh, let's check this one out. I sent this one to my sister. As soon as I saw it, my sister does the Tankle project with us, and she did a crystal encrusted tank last year that she had 50,000 crystals on and over 500 hours of work, and she's going to do something similar again this year. Check this Indian out. Front to back, top to bottom, it is all crystals. Hand-placed Swarovski crystals to the tune of over 200,000 crystals. All done by one person. And from what I understand, the person that did it is from, I don't know her name and I apologize. Well, let me see if I can, it's here. Angelica. 200,000 hand-placed crystals from Romania. I believe she currently resides in Canada, but even the word's Indian as all crystals. So rad. We got Mid USA in the house. They're good supporters and have always been supporters of Cycle Showcase. We got our own display from Roadside Marty. Shovelhead in the house. Crazy Frank Fender. Oh, he named it after his mama. That's why we love Roadside. Backbone built bikes. Harley Davidson. Look at this engraving. I think I saw that this engraving was done by Freddie Shepard. Misfit Skinny Customs. Let's see. I hope I'm not wrong. Score one for Heather on Sunday morning. She got it right. Amazing. Oh wow, check this out. This bike was stolen and then recovered. That's pretty rad. You're not usually that lucky. Although I don't know how the hell you can hide a bike like that. Somebody's gonna recognize it. Human Fab in the house right there with his display. We got mailbox. Say hello, Cheryl. Don't you run away from me. Hi. Miss Cheryl O'Brien. She and Mailman are everywhere, and they are so helpful. They are what help keep a lot of this going. We got Black Mamba by Duke Butler, aka Butler Gang. They built the Dreamsicle last year, if you remember that orange and white Panhead that made its big splash. Great guys out of Colorado. Swap meet special, like that's the epitome. If it ain't long, it's wrong. By One Kick Cycles, Ramsey, Minnesota. Nice. Ooh, just a reminder. Before I forget, Shop Talk. For those of you that watch, we've rescheduled this week's episode to tomorrow night because of the Super Bowl. We know everybody wants to watch the halftime show. I mean the football game. But so tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern is going to be Shop Talk. We're going to have Eric Allard from FNA Cycles join us. We're super excited about that. It's going to be a great show. Same time, different day, but hopefully, I don't know if we'll have a recap from this or not, but just because I don't know if we'll have time. It's a 10-hour drive back to Pittsburgh, back to the Berg. But I think that's it for me for now. There's way more to see. I didn't even get upstairs where all the artists and vendors are. There's a whole other second floor. I'll try to get you over there today, but I've kept you for 20 minutes on a beautiful Sunday morning. Again, show is open from 11 to 4 today. If you can get here. It's worth it. A cool $10 gets you in the door. Support Cycle Showcase and custom motorcycling. This is the Midwest Motorcycle Showcase. It is the place to be. I think I threatened Chris that I'm going to build a motorcycle for this show next year, which I guess I have to put my money where my mouth is and actually do it, because seeing that I invited myself to Randy's show next year. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I guess I'll pull a rabbit out of my hat. Wish me luck. Anyway, I hope to see you at Cycle Showcase today. If it's nice enough where you're at, if it's not snowing, raining, get out and ride your motorcycle. If it is snowing or raining, get out and wrench on your motorcycle, do something with it, clean it, check it, whatever. Dream of warmer days. Be kind to one another. And